Today, we will be ranking every single weekly challenge so far to find out which one is the best one. Keep in mind, this is my opinion, but this is also facts, and these are set in stone. So the first one we have is Weekly Challenge 1. This one, we are starting off with a fantastic one. I love this challenge so much, even though it's definitely the most simple and boring one out of all of them. This is the challenge that taught me how to wall carve. During week 1, almost no one knew about the weekly challenge. So I got to basically know about all the people who were there, and it was awesome. Got to meet tons of people. And also, if you wanted to get the pattern and the color, you had to do 2 different routes. However, it was this week that caused everyone to think that now you have to spam the clips channel with all of your root clips. If you did not know already, do not post your clip of the weekly challenge in the Discord to get the skin. You won't get it. Anyway, with all that being said, there is so much love that I have for week 1 in my heart, so this is going S tier. I had so much fun doing week 1. Now, we have week 2. By far the hardest week we've had, and the longest challenge we've had, I think. This was also the first time we got to see the live level editor. This is also the challenge that taught me how to ceiling carve. I met tons of amazing people doing this one as well. And back during this challenge, it was still one that not many people knew about. These booster parts were very annoying and inconsistent. It was a crazy jump, especially after the first week only being a wall carve. This one, since it was one of the first ones, I do have a lot of love for, but I am going to put it in B tier. Oh my lord, week 3. This is the pinnacle of good weekly challenges. I'm definitely going to be heavily biased towards challenges that focus on carving, but this one is really special to me. I loved it so much. I met so many people. I taught so many people how to wall carve and how to ceiling carve during this. I definitely was able to hone my skills during the ceiling carving and the wall carving. This was also the first one that I started completing multiple times and started trying to get good times on. This one is my single favorite weekly challenge so far, so it's going up in S tier. Weekly Challenge 4. Now this one was definitely a unique one, but I'd say this is the first one that I actually disliked. It's a straight line where you just jump through walls. I found this one kind of dumb when it first came out. And also, to add on to it, it brought back the tiger pattern, which was at this point only available in the first week of open early access. There's not a whole lot to say about this one. It's going in D tier. Someone's got to be at the bottom of the bunch. Now here we have week 5. This is when Mr. Sticks started getting cinematic with all his shots. I don't know, there's just something kind of weird about it. The carves were all kind of small. I really like how it introduced this new mechanic though, about carving down and then carving up. Which, if you don't know, I do have a short about that. This one was also the first to have the big jump at the end, which has kind of been a trend for recent ones. I like the carving, but I don't really have any strong opinions on this one. I think this is pretty middle of the pack, B tier. Here we have week 6. This week also consisted of a lot of teaching people how to ceiling carve. And while I think a lot of people found the 0G fun, I'm not one of those people. I think it was kind of gimmicky, made it really easy. You don't even really have to know how to ceiling carve in 0G. However, it is the first time for us seeing a chain ceiling carve in a weekly challenge. However, the main gimmick with this one is that it was in 0G, which I'm not a fan of, so I'm going to put it in C tier. Here we have Challenge 7. I think Challenge 7 was really unique, and I think it definitely gets points from me for that. This was also the first challenge that kind of broke the cycle of tiger, camo, fire, because we got the lightning pattern this week. This week definitely had lots of people frustrated with it because they were trying to cheese it unsuccessfully. I really like how unique this one is, but once again, pretty middle of the road for me. It's going B tier. Here we have number 8. I like number 8 a lot. It's very flowy, lots of carves, very unique carves, carving into different carves. My favorite part about this one is how everything just flows together. It's just seamless, all carving. However, this jump at the end felt a little bit out of place for me, and I think that frustrated a lot of drifters. This was a very good one to teach people how to carve, especially for the first time. I like this one a lot, not as much as number 3 though, so this is going in A tier. Here we have week 9. This one is also very unique as it's in the mountain climbing style, which does happen to be one of my least favorite styles of parkour in Orion Drift. but I do like how this one was unique and trying something new. Not incredibly difficult, but I'm not a huge fan of it, so we're going to throw this one as C tier with the 0G one. Here we have Challenge 10. Now this one's very simple as it's mostly just parkouring on blocks, making it one of the easiest challenges we've had so far. However, many players had trouble with this carve. This is the challenge that I've completed the most because I would literally just put on music and then do it like a million times in a row. This one did give a lot of opportunities to teach new players how to play the game. And with that being said, all the fun memories I have with this one, I'm going to put it in A tier. I think I'm being kind of generous to that one considering it's so simple, so easy. It's literally just parkouring on blocks. Ooh, I also forgot to mention, it's the first time we've seen a slippery surface in Orion Drift. So a bit of a pioneer in itself. And that brings us to this week, week 11. This one, pretty much all carving the entire way. We got wall carves, we got ceiling carves. As well as this one, actually giving us optics instead of a pattern. I've heard a lot of people complaining about that in the servers, but I think I'm a big fan of the other cosmetics. Lots of players have a really hard time transitioning from this wall carve to this ceiling carve considering how little this gap is right here. And even though this isn't my favorite one, this is the most addicting one to me so far. Once I start playing it, I cannot stop beating it over and over again. This one also, in my opinion, lends itself well to racing other players, as well as teaching other players how to get better at transitioning. I think because I put week 10 in A tier, I also have to put week 11 in A tier. However, these two could also be in B as well. So this is my complete tier list. It makes a pretty nice bell curve if you ask me. Comment downstairs if you agree with me or if you disagree with me. What other things you'd like me to rank? What is your favorite weekly challenge so far? Happy drifting, drifters.